In December 1983, Muhammadu Buhari, then a major general, was part of the plotters that overthrew the Shehu Shagari government in the Second Nigerian Republic. He then became head of state. Sambo Dasuki was a financier and facilitator of the military coup. Mr. Dasuki, then a major in the army, played active roles through sourcing the funds for the coup that made Mr. Buhari head of state at the end of 1983. Mr. Buhari, after coming to power, promulgated some draconian laws, including the infamous Decree Number 4, the Protection Against False Accusations Decree, which became a nightmare to journalists and media houses in Nigeria. The law barred journalists from reporting stories capable of ridiculing the then military government and its officials, and conferred autocratic powers on Mr. Buhari to ban any newspaper, television, or radio station in Nigeria. There was another draconian law, Decree Number 2, which gave the Buhari military government power to detain any Nigerian for up to 3 months without charges. The government also outlawed civil protest and workers' strike. More than 150 people, including a renowned journalist and teacher, Tai Solarin, were reported to have been detained under Decree Number 2 in 1984 alone, according to Amnesty International. The former Biafran leader, Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, was among those detained under the decree, although he was later released without charges. In September 1984, the regime arrested and detained Fela Kuti, a popular Nigerian musician and critic of Mr. Buhari. He was accused of attempting to unlawfully export foreign currency and was handed 5 years jail sentence by a military tribunal.
Fraud, indiscipline, corruption, squandermania, misuse and abuse of public office for self or group aggrandizement, which had assumed debilitating proportions in the last few years, will be dealt with ruthlessly, no matter whoever may be involved. The private sector has also its share of crimes against the Nigerian economy.
Babangida was the director of Army Staff Duties and Plans from 1981 to 1983. He orchestrated the coup d'etat of 1983, which led to the overthrow of the Second Republic, with financial backing from his close associate and businessman Moshood Abiola. Babangida, alongside his other co-conspirators, later appointed the most senior serving officer at the time, General Muhammadu Buhari, as military head of state, and Babangida was promoted and appointed as Chief of Army Staff and member of the Supreme Military Council. Following the coup d'etat of 1983, General Babangida, then Chief of Army Staff, started scheming to overthrow his boss, which was military head of state, General Muhammadu Buhari. The Palace coup of 1985 was staged with a degree of military deftness hitherto not seen in the history of coup plotting. The whole affair, carried out by Babangida as ringleader, was planned at the highest levels of the army, cultivating a strategic relationship with allies such as Sani Abacha, Aliyu Gusu, Halilu Akilu, Mamman Vatsa, Gado Nasco, and younger officers from his days as an instructor in the military academy, and gradually positioned his allies within the echelons of military hierarchy. By daybreak of August 1985, the conspirators had taken over the government, and Babangida flew into Lagos from Minna, where he was announced as the new commander-in-chief in a radio broadcast by General Sani Abacha. Babangida justified the coup in a speech describing General Muhammadu Buhari's military regime as too rigid and corrupt.
I'm pleased to take this opportunity to declare once again, therefore, that this administration attaches the greatest importance to constructive and helpful criticisms as well as the freedom of the press, and to declare further that the administration also attaches the greatest importance of fundamental human rights. A visible improvement in the standard of living of our people will not come overnight, of course.